I can't see this door.
Turn you on, ready? Okay. Shabbat spirit flowing. Sing along with me. A wordless song, a nigun. Yalla, la, 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 yalla, la, 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 yalla, la, 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 yalla, la, yalla, la, yalla, la, la, yalla, la, 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 yalla, la, 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 yalla, la, yalla, la, yalla, la, la, Shabbat, Shabbat.
Welcome. So wonderful to have guests who are here celebrating along with all of us the bat mitzvah of Victoria Langman, who's going to really be present and involved in our service when we move to Ma'ariv. Right now, we are here to enjoy the beautiful voice and strumming of the guitar of our director of music, Josh Niehaus. For those of you who are familiar with many of the melodies that we're going to be singing throughout the evening, please join in. Josh is going to introduce a couple of new tunes, and he'll have more to say about that a bit later. We're going to begin with Lechuna Ranana as we make the transition from a really busy, hectic, chaotic, stressful, maybe even anxious week into the calmness and the shalom of Shabbat. Lechuna Ranana, page 11.
Lechuna Ranana, Lechuna Ranana, Lechuna Ranana, Ladonai. Lechuna Ranana, Lechuna Ranana, Lechuna Ranana, Ladonai. Naria, Natsur Yishenu, Kadma V'Tana Betoda. Naria, Natsur Yishenu, Bizmirot Yibiado. Lechuna Ranana, Lechuna Ranana, Lechuna Ranana, Ladonai. Lechuna Ranana, Lechuna Ranana, Lechuna Ranana, Ladonai.
Ki El Gadol Adonai. Welcome. Shir Adonai, Shir Chadash, page 13.
And I know you know the tune. Shiru Ladonai, Shir Chadash, Shiru Ladonai, Kol Haaretz, Shiru Ladonai, Baruch Shemo, Asru Miyom Leyom Yeshuato, Sapru Hagoyim Kevodo, Bechol Ha'amim Michleotav, Gadol Adonai, U'lameyo, Lo Rahu, Al Kol Elohim, Ay, 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 alay, 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 alay,
Yismechu, page 14.
Yismechu Hashamayim,
Hashamayim,
Yismechu Hashamayim,
Hashamayim,
Yismechu Hashamayim, V'tagel haaretz. Yismechu Hashamayim,
Hashamayim,
Yismechu Hashamayim,
Hashamayim,
Yismechu Hashamayim, V'tagel haaretz. Yiramayam, 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 Lord, Yiramayam, 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 Lord. The next line, Ya'alo Sadai, V'chol asher bo, Ya'alo Sadai. Ay, 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 ay,
Page 15. Adonai malach kagel haaretz yismechuim rabim anan v'rovel sevivav tzedek u'mishpat bechon kis'o. Or Zarua, page 16.
Here's maybe a new melody for many people in this room. Beautiful melody written by Dan Nichols. And it's supposed to kind of create that feel that the composers of Kabbalat Shabbat, the psalmists, lived near Tzfat perhaps 400 years ago or so, who loved Shabbat so much that they created this extra service to just soak in that joy as Shabbat was reaching, and they were standing outside in the countryside of Israel and just singing their hearts out. And that's what this is supposed to evoke. And it goes, ya-da-da, 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 ya-da-da-da-da-da-da, ya-da-da. And if that's too hard, you can go like this. Yum dibby dibby dum 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 dibby. Keep doing that. Dibby dibby yum dibby. Ya-da-da, ya-da-da, ya-da-da-ba-dum-ba-ba-da. Or zarua la tzadik uyishrei lev simcha. Or zarua la tzadik uyishrei lev simcha. Yum dibby dibby dum dibby dibby dum dibby dibby dum. Yum dibby dibby dum dibby dibby dum dibby dibby dum. Ya-da-da.
Simchu tzadikim b'Adonai v'hodu lezecher kodsho. Mizmor, Shiru, page 17.
Mizmor leDavid, havu l'Adonai b'nei li.
No, wrong one.
Sorry, what are we doing?
Go back.
Rum?
Almost.
Almost. I don't have a secret pass. A good one, though. I was just so excited for it.
And it's an oldie.
Shiru Adonai. No, sorry. That's also the wrong one. Shiru Adonai, Shir Chadash, Ki nivraot ha'asam. Ay, ay, ay. Mashiach lo yibno, Yisro'ato l'jo. Ay, ay, ay. Odi Adonai Yeshuato, Le'enei hagoyim gilatzi.
Adonai kiva lishpot haaretz yishpot tevel b'tzedek. Ve'amim b'meisharim. Page 19. Adonai malach ke yirgezu amim yoshe perzim. Romamu, page 19.
Romemu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachavu lehakodsho. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachavu lehakodsho. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Ya la la ya la la ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la 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 ya la la ya la la ya la 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 ya la 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 la. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu.
And now, what you've all been waiting for. Mizmor LeDavid. Please rise, page 21.
I just started, okay. Mizmor LeDavid, havu l'Adonai melim, havu l'Adonai kavod va'oz. Ay, 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 havu l'Adonai kevod shemo, ishtachavu l'Adonai v'hadrat kodesh, kol Adonai alamayim, el hakavod hirim Adonai almayim rabim, kol Adonai ba'koach. Ay, 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 kol Adonai behadar, kol Adonai be'arazim, v'yoshev Adonai et arzei havanon, vayakidem kemo eger Levanon ve'Sirion, kemo ven re'emi. Ay, 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 kol Adonai chotzer l'kodesh, kol Adonai yachil Adonai midbar kadesh, kol Adonai yachil ayalon vayachasov ye'aron u'echalo kulo omer kavod. Ay, 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 Adonai lama vo yisha teshev Adonai elech leolam. Adonai oz le'amo yitem, Adonai yivarech amo b'shalom. Hey, ay, lay, 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 lay. Yay, lay, lay, yay, lay, yay, lay, lay, yay, lay. Yay, lay, 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 yay, lay, yay, lay, 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 yay, la, 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 lay. Yay, lay, 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 yay, la, 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 lay. Yay, lay, la, lay, lay, yay, la, 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 lay. Yay, la, lay, lay, yay, la, 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 la.
Please be seated. As Josh said, Kabbalat Shabbat, it originates with the great Kabbalists who settled in Svat in the north of Israel, and they would indeed go out into the fields greet the Shabbat bride, the Shabbat queen. Looking forward to the peace of Shabbat and hoping to bring about this union between male and female creators, God and the Jewish people. And so we now make the bridge, the transition to Lecha Dodi, singing these very words that the Kabbalists would say as they would go out to welcome the Shabbat. Page 23. Likrat kala,
Penei Shabbat lekabela, Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Penei Shabbat lekabela, Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad Hishmianu el ha'meyuchad Adonai echad hu shemo echad l'shemot tiferet ve'letzilah Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Penei Shabbat lekabela, Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelecha ki hi mekor ha'veracha mirosh mikedem nesucha sof ma'aseh b'machshavatina Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Penei Shabbat lekabela, Midrash melech ir melucha kumitzei mitocha v'charav l'kshevet ve'elek ha'machav yachamo alayich Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Penei Shabbat lekabela, Hina ari ne'afaku milivshi bigdei tifatecha mi'al yad benishai etalachni
Tova el nafshi
Allah
Lecha Dodi likrat kala,
Penei Shabbat lekabela, Hitoreri kiva orech kumi uri shir daberi kevod Adonai alayich nikal Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Penei Shabbat lekabela, lo tivoshi velo tikami ma tishkochachi
U'mahatemi yechesu aniyei ami ben livnetam dirati la Lecha Dodi likrat kala,
Penei Shabbat lekabela,
Hayu shisa shosayich derachakuko Elohayich
Yasis alayich Elohayich
kimsos chatan
Akala, Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Penei Shabbat lekabela, Yamizus tivotzi be'et Adonai ta'aritzi
Ayadish
ben arzi
ben ismecha
Nahila Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Penei Shabbat lekabela, Boi v'shalom ateret bala, gam besimcha u'tzola, toch emunei am segula, boi chala Lecha Dodi likrat kala, Penei Shabbat lekabela.
Please be seated. Mizmor Shir L'Yom HaShabbat, page 27.
טוב להודות לאדוני, טוב להודות לאדוני, ולזמר לשמך עליון, טוב להודות לאדוני, להגיד בבוקר חסדך, בבוקר חסדך, ואמונתך בלילות, ואמונתך בלילות, טוב להודות לאדוני, להגיד בבוקר חסדך, להגיד בבוקר חסדך, ואמונתך בלילות, ואמונתך בלילות, טוב להודות לאדוני, טוב להודות לאדוני.
יצמח תדנה לפעלך במעשה ידיך, רנן מגונלס. קינו ידיך, אדוני קינו ידיך. Shmona Oznai. Tzadik Hadamar, page 28.
Tzadik Hadamar Yifra Be'eretz Balvanon Yizgeh Shetuli Beveit Adonai Shenim v'rananim yiyu hagid ki yashar Adonai tzuri v'lo havlatapo
Adonai malach geut lavesh Adonai otit azar af tikon tevel bal timot.
מקולות מים רבים אדירים משברי ים, מקולות מים רבים אדירים משברי ים, אדיר במרום אדוני, אדיר במרום אדוני, אדיר במרום אדוני, אדיר במרום אדוני, מקולות מים רבים אדירים נשברי ים, מקולות מים רבים אדירים נשברי ים, אדיר במרום אדוני, אדיר במרום אדוני, אדיר במרום אדוני, אדיר במרום אדוני.
Edotecha nemnu mod, levetcha naval kodesh, Adonai laorech yamim. Mourner's Kaddish, page 30. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah. V'alma divrak kultei v'yamlich malchutei. V'chayechon u'v'yomechon u'v'chayedecha beit Yisrael. Ba'agala u'v'zman kariv v'imru amen. Yehi Shmei Rabba Mevorach Leolam Ulamei Almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal. Shemei dekudisha b'reichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata. Tushbechata v'nechamata. Da'amiran bi'alma v'imru amen. Yehi Shlama Rabba min Shemaya. V'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav. Hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen.
Well, closing song for Kabbalat Shabbat. I chose this week for two reasons. Because I know we have a lot of people here from the camp world, especially our bat mitzvah girl this week. And also it was Israel's birthday, turned 75 this week as well. So let's sing a song that comes from Israel. Od yavo shalom aleinu, od yavo shalom aleinu, od yavo shalom aleinu ve'al kulam. Od yavo shalom aleinu, od yavo shalom aleinu, od yavo shalom aleinu ve'al kulam. Salam aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam shalom. Salam aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam shalom. Od yavo shalom aleinu, od yavo shalom aleinu, od yavo shalom aleinu ve'al kulam. Od yavo shalom aleinu, od yavo shalom aleinu, od yavo shalom aleinu ve'al kulam. Salam aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam shalom. Salam aleinu ve'al kol ha'olam. Salam shalom. Od yavo shalom aleinu, od yavo shalom aleinu, od yavo shalom aleinu ve'al kulam. Shabbat shalom.
So do we have, hopefully, folks who have something that happened to them this past week that was a delight, that was joyful? If anyone would like to share? The weather. We worked that out especially for the Langman family. Anyone else? Mazel tov. Wonderful.
Having my family and friends and both sets of Victoria's grandparents.
Does it get any better? Well, thank you for joining Josh and me for Kabbalat Shabbat. And now we get to enjoy and be uplifted by the beautiful voice of Victoria, who's going to lead us throughout most of the Mariv service, beginning with the Baruch Hu on page 39. Please rise.
Baruch Adonai HaMevorach.
Baruch Adonai Hamvorach Leolam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam Va'ed.
Please be seated.
El Chai v'kayam, tamidim l'chalenu le'olam ba'ed. Baruch atah Adonai,
Shmo.
ha'ma'ariv aravim.
Amen. Page 40. Ahavat Olam. Ahavat Olam. Ahavat Olam Beit Israel. Amchavta. Torah u'mitzvot. Chukim u'mishpatim. Otanu limadeta. Alakein Adonai Eloheinu. V'shochvenu uvkumenu. Tziach chukecha. V'nismach b'divrei Toratecha. Uv'mitzvotecha. Leolam va'ed.
V'ahavatecha, al tisir mimenu le'olamim. Baruch atah Adonai,
Oh.
ohev amo Yisrael.
Amen.
Shema
Israel,
Yisrael,
Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha, bechol levavecha, ubechol nafshecha, ubechol meodecha, v'hayu hadvarim ha'ele, asher anochi mitzavecha, hayom al levavecha,
V'shinantam levanecha, v'dibarta bam, v'shiftecha b'veitecha, v'lechtecha v'aderech, v'shochbecha uvkumecha, u'kshartam liot al yadecha, v'totafot beinenecha, uchtavtam al mezuzot beitecha, u'v'hisharecha, v'haya im shmot tishmos.
Adonai Elohechem.
Lema'an tizkuru v'zikru.
Adonai Elohechem emet. Emet ve'emunah kol zot. V'kayam aleinu. Kehu Adonai Eloheinu. Ve'en zulato. Va'anachnu Yisrael amo. Va'anachnu Yisrael amo. Va'anachnu Yisrael amo. Umalchuto b'ratzon kiblu alechem, Moshe uvnei Yisrael la'anu shira v'simcha rabba v'emru chulam mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai
44.
mi chamocha nehedar b'kodesh nora tehilot o seifele
Nora tehilot, o seifele.
Malchutecha ra'u vanecha, bokei yam lifnei Moshe, ze'eli anu ve'amru,
Adonai imloch leolam va'ed.
V'ne'emar kitvada Adonai Yaakov, ya'agalo miyad chazach mimenu, baruch atah Adonai,
Oh.
Ga'al Yisrael.
Amen. Hashki veinu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom.
Usmor teitenu uvoyenu l'chayim shalom me'ata ve'ad olam ufros aleinu sakat shlomecha baruch atah Adonai
Oh.
hapares sakat shalom aleinu v'al kol amo Yisrael v'al Yerushalayim.
Amen. We rise for Shamru, page 46.
Brothers, come on.
Come on down.
On down.
Put that on your head.
Veshamru
B'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat asot et ha-Shabbat ledorotam beriv olam v'shameru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat
השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם.
ויובן בני ישראל,
אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם.
כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני
את השמיים ואת הארץ, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם.
וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. חצי קדש. Yikada v'yikada shemei rabba.
Amen.
B'almadi v'rachi urte v'yamlich malchute v'chayechonu yomechon
ובחיי בכל בית ישראל, בעגלה ובזמן קריב.
Amen.
אמן. יהי שמי רבא מברך, לעולם לעולמי עלמיה יתברך.
Yibarach, v'yishabach, v'yit'ar, v'yit'aman, v'yinaseh, v'yit'adar, v'yit'alel, v'yit'alal, shmei kusha.
בריחו
Le'elam min kol birchata v'shirata,
ושבחתה ונחמתה דמירן בעלמה.
Amen.
Amen. We continue silently with the Amidah, beginning on page 47. We continue with in Sheva, page 53.
Hulu hashemayim ba'aretz v'hosav am v'yifalochim b'yom hashvi'i melachto asher asa v'yishbot hayom hashvi'i mikol melachto asher asa v'yivarach Elohim et yom hashevi'i mekadesho k'nishoto kivo shabbat mikol melachto asher b'Elohim laso.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu le'avotenu Elohei Avraham Elohei Yitzchak Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachav, Elohei Leah, Ha'el HaGadol HaGibor VaNorah, El Elyon, Konei Shamayim, Va'aretz, Magen Avot, Bidvaro, Mechaye Meitim, B'ma'amaro, Ha'el HaKadosh, She'ein Kamohu, Hameniach Le'amo, B'yom Shabbat Kodsho, Kivam ratza lehaniach lahem, Kivam ratza lehaniach lahem, Lefanav navod be'irav afachad, ונודה לשמו בכל יום ותמיד מעון הברכות אל ההודעות אדון השלום מקדש השבת מברך שביעי ומניח בקדושה לעמדו שני עונג זכר למעשה וראשית. אלוהינו ולאבותינו, רצה במנוחתנו, קדשנו במצוותיך ותן חלקנו בתורתך, סבנו מטובך ושמחנו בישועתך, וטהר ליבנו לעבדך באמת, והנחילנו אדוני אלוהינו באהבה וברצון שבת קודשך, וינוחו בה ישראל מקדשי שמך. ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת. יתגדל ויקדש שמי רבה, וילמד דברי קירותי ומלכמחותי בחייכון ויומייכון ובחייך בית ישראל, בגלה וזמן קריב ויאמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מברך, לעולם לעלמי עלמיה. יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא, יתהדר ויתעלה ותהלל שמי דקודשה, ברכו לעילם מן כל ברכתה ושורתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, דמירן בעלמא ויאמרו אמן. תתקבל צלחון לבודון לכל ישראל, קודם ובנדי ושמיה ויאמרו אמן. יהי שלמה רבה מן שמיה וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל ויאמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ויאמרו amen. Wait. We're going to have grape juice passed around. You have cover your hand.
Okay.
Oh, you went, okay. Page 55, Kiddush.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitchanu b'mitzvotav ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodsho v'ha'uratzon hinilanu, zikron l'maaseh v'reishit, ki hu yom tehila l'mikra'e kodesh, zehei l'tziat mitzrayim, ki vanu v'charta, ve'otanu kidashta, mikol ha'amim, ve'shabbat kodsheha, ve'ahava uvratzon, hinhaltanu, baruch atah Adonai, mekadesh ha'shabbat.
Amen. L'chaim. Victoria, I hope yours is better than mine. Aleinu, page 56.
Aleinu leshabayach ladon hakol letei gedula leotzer breishi shelo asanu kiye haratzot velo samanu kamishvoda adamam shelo sam helkenu kahem v'gor aleinu kechol amana
אנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסד הארץ ומשה וקרו בשמיים ממעל ושכינתו זו בגבהי מרומים הוא אלוהינו אין עוד ומלכנו אפס זולתו כך כתוב בתורתו וידעת היום והושבת אל לבבך כי אדוני הוא האלוהים Hashamayim mima'al, V'al haaretz mitachat. Einod, Einod, Al Kenik Avalecha Adonai Eloheinu.
Kakatu b'toratecha, Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed, v'ne'emar, v'haya Adonai, lamelech al kol haaretz,
Vayom hahu, Yeh Adonai echad, Ushemo, Ushemo, Ushemo echad, Ushemo echad. Please be seated. Victoria, take a seat. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. When Friday rolls around, every rabbi is, especially every pulpit rabbi, is busy getting ready for Shabbat. And Fridays are challenging and difficult enough. You probably don't realize how busy they can be for a rabbi. This Friday was particularly difficult, though, for every member of the rabbinical assembly, every conservative rabbi, because we received very, very sad news. I'm sure Rabbi Rosenbaum got the same email that I did, notifying us that Rabbi Harold Kushner had died. Many people, regardless of the movement with which they are affiliated in the Jewish community, and actually beyond the Jewish community, are familiar with Rabbi Kushner. Because for so many of us, Rabbi Kushner enabled us to hold in one hand Jewish tradition and Jewish belief, and in the other hand, he enabled us to understand how that belief and that tradition could work hand in hand with the modern ways in which we think about life. And most especially with how we understand this very, very challenging concept called theodicy. How do we understand how God works in the world? How do we make sense of justice in the world? And for many of us, we found that wisdom in his book, which many people mistitle. Let's see if any of you can name the title correctly. When bad things happen to good people. There have been all sorts of iterations and permutations of that title, but you are absolutely right. That is the name of the book. And through that book, Jew and non-Jew, atheists could understand in their own way how we reconcile the bad things that happen to seemingly good people. And a lot of that theology that he shared with everyone is based not only from his great knowledge of Judaism and the classical texts of our tradition, but also because of his own personal experience, having lost his son at a very, very early age. I've heard lots of stories from colleagues that we all have our own Harold Kushner story. Rabbi Rosenbaum, I don't know if you have one. I bet you do. Here's mine. I'm a first-year rabbinical student at JTS. I'm the student rabbi at the Society for the Advancement of Judaism on the Upper West Side of Manhattan. I'm leading services during the summer. I'm a kolbo. I'm doing everything. I'm doing all the davening. I'm doing all the Torah reading, giving the drash. And like in many traditional congregations, SAJ's kind of odd. It's a Reconstructionist congregation, but it has lots of traditional elements in it. I'm not facing the congregation. I'm facing the Aron as I'm serving as the shaliach, the messenger of the congregation. I turn around for the Torah service, and I see someone sitting in the last row with a woman, and he looks awfully familiar to me. Take the Torah out of the ark, proceed around the congregation. I'm just inches away from him, and then I realize that Rabbi Harold Kushner is standing in front of me. I don't know how I got through the Torah reading because of how nervous I was. But then came time for the Devar Torah, the drash. And imagine you're a painter, and Da Vinci or Rembrandt or Picasso or Modigliani or any of the other great artists of the world walks into your studio while you're painting. How would you feel? How nervous would you be? Or if you're a musician and you're playing your instrument and Leonard Bernstein walks in to the concert hall and sits down in front of you, you'd be pretty nervous, wouldn't you? So imagine a first-year rabbinical student standing in front of a congregation with none other than Harold Kushner sitting in front of you. And I gave my drash. I don't even remember what I said. And I had a moment of relief when I was done. Mumbled my way through Musaf. Actually, there isn't much of a Musaf service at SAJ. At least then there wasn't. And lo and behold, Harold Kushner comes up to me during Kiddush. And he extends his hand and he says to me, I want you to know how proud I am of you. Your drash was wonderful. Now, my drash was probably awful. But to hear that coming from none other than Rabbi Harold Kushner meant everything to this very young, very green, very inexperienced rabbinical student. But that is the kind of man and the kind of rabbi that Harold Kushner was. He was not only a great speaker, not only a great darshan, not only a great rabbi, not only a great writer, he was a mensch. And to many of us, younger colleagues, he was sort of the epitome to which all of us really wanted to aspire. One day, hopefully, God willing, I will be a rabbi emeritus like Rabbi Rosenbaum. But I will never be rabbi laureate, which is what Harold Kushner was in his congregation in Natick, Massachusetts. He retired with the title Rabbi Laureate. And there's no one else who really deserved that title other than Rabbi Harold Kushner of blessed memory. A great thinker, someone who enabled so many of us to salvage our Judaism and our theology, and a rabbi who left his mark on several generations of conservative rabbis. I among them. May his memory be for a blessing. In the coming week, we will observe the following yortzites. Lisette Amaragi, Harold Andler, Dr. Louis Bauman, Donna Mae Bracken, Rose Karras, Herman Cohen, Shirley Vivian DeFrancisco, Wayne Droker, Sandra Friedman Fisher, Arthur Fisher, Marco Franco, Abraham Fuchs, Max Kane, Earl Kritzer, Arthur Lesh, David Levinson, Jack Levy, Morris Litt, Lawrence Mizell, Maria Myrovich, Robert Bob Minsky, Barney Moses, Robert Most, Siegfried Nathanson, Pinkas Azos, Ralph Schlesinger, Ellis Sagarnik, Yetta Shapiro, Chuck Simpson, Samuel Slotnick, O.B. Spruill, Joseph Tfill, Bernard Wilner, Fav Wittenberg, Eugene Zimmerman, Ruth Zipperman. We also observe the yahrzeit of Private First Class of the United States Army, Ezra Lapidus, who entered service from Brooklyn, New York. He was killed in action on April 21st, 1945, and is buried in the Taguig Cemetery in the Philippines. He was decorated with the Silver Star, the Bronze Star, the Purple Heart with Oak Leaf Cluster. When we say Kaddish for Private First Class Lapidus, we say Kaddish for all service personnel who were killed in action or who went missing in action and who have a yahrzeit this week. Mourner's Kaddish, page 58. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, v'alma divra kiruteh v'yamlich malchuteh, b'chayechon u'v'yomechon, u'v'chaydecho Beit Yisrael, ba'agala u'v'zman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevarach le'olam u'lamei almaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal, shemei dekudisha brechu. La'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, da'amiran bi'alma v'yimru amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimru amen. Oseh shalom b'imromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimru amen. At this time, I would like to invite our Vice President of Finance and our Treasurer, Jeffrey Packer, to share announcements.
Shabbat Shalom. First of all, Yasher Koach to Rabbi, to Josh Niehaus, to our Shabbat greeters, Sonny and Rachel. A special Yasher Koach to Victoria Langman. Tori, you did an amazing job. Really looking forward to tomorrow. Love the rock and the spirit. And I also get to say thank you to my wife who's up on the bima here. So anyway, and Jonathan and Karen, I know what a great simcha this is to have your entire family here, and it's just amazing. Looking forward to tomorrow. All right, announcements. We have a celebration this Sunday for Israel's 75th birthday. This is a community celebration. It is from 2 to 6. We're going to have Israeli culture, music, and food, some activities. You need to register for it, so hopefully after Shabbat, if you haven't already registered, you can find information on the e-call and ha-call. We have an upcoming TGIS, thank goodness it's Shabbat, on Friday, May 5th at 5:30. We're going to be joining a family-filled Shabbat service. It will be for members of our FRS community, but it is open to people outside the community. Just please register ahead of time. Logbo Mayor's coming up on Sunday, May 7th. From 11:15 to 2:30. It's a joint H&T and Camp Solomon Schechter event for the community, and it's going to be a barbecue and party down at the waterfront behind us. We have our combination volunteer appreciation dinner and annual meeting coming up on May 16th. The dinner starts at 6 p.m. and the annual meeting is at 6:45. And we have a farewell event for Dr. Eliyahu Kriegel, who will be leaving us. It is on Sunday, May 21st at 9 a.m. It's a pancake breakfast. Please join us, celebrate, and appreciate Dr. Kriegel's contribution to HNT. Again, please register. And last, as you exit the synagogue, please make sure you take everything with you, including anything you may have set in the pews. Shabbat Shalom.
We conclude with the Yigdal on page 62. Yigdal Elohim Chai ve'yishtabach nimsan v'yed el mitziuto echad v'yein yachid ke'ichudo nelam v'gam ein sof le'achduto ein lo demut haguf v'yeino guf lo na'aroch elav kedushato Kadmon lechol davar asher nihivra rishon v'yen reshit l'reshito hino adon olam v'chol notzar yoreg gedulato umalchuto shefa nuvuato netano ela hanshe segulato v'tif arato lo kam b'Yisrael kemo she'od navi umahabid et temunato, Torat demet natan, leah moel, al yad nevi'o neman beto, lo yach khalifa el, velo yamir dato, le'oho lahamim, lezuhu lahato, sofel be'odea, setaharenu, mabit lesof davar, bekad mato, gomel le'ish chesed, kemihif ahalo, Noten l'rashara kirihi shahato Tlach l'ketz yamin mishihi chehenu Liftot l'chai keketz yeshuato Metim yechayel berohov chazdo Baruch hadeyan shem tehilato Metim yechayel berohov chazdo Baruch hadeyan shem tehilato Shabbat Shalom.